Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you are listening to High School Hoops with our hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Steger.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to High School Hoops, episode 51. I guess we're over half a century at this point. It's kind of crazy to me that we've been able to do this many podcasts in this short amount of time. But before we jump into the podcast, I'd really like to do a big shout out to our two sponsors. First one is Dr. Dish. I think personally the most innovative, easy to use. Excuse me, I just bumped it, but we don't edit here. Shooting machine on the market. They have been really good to us. I hope you will look into them. Mention Coach Unplugged or High School Hoops, and they'll give you $300 off your next purchase. First thing. Second thing is make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com. It is my baby. It is a community of like-minded coaches that get together and talk basketball, and I'm there to help. I don't think there's any other service out there where you email, I will respond to you. My rule is 6 hours is usually less. To help you in this great journey we call coaching. So make sure you go over and check that out. Also, make sure you check our Amazon link down below. Helps us with, if you're doing any purchasing and you click on that link and then go buy, it doesn't cost you anything, doesn't affect the price, but really helps us keep the podcast moving. We really do appreciate that. And then, like I said last week, make sure you go over and check out our YouTube channel at Teach Hoops. Subscribe to that. Leave some reviews. We would love those. Doesn't cost you anything. Thousands of videos over there. And then go join our Facebook group. We have two of them, basketball coaches and basketball drills, I think, and practice plans is the second one. So go over and check that out and let us know if you have any questions. All right, let's head off to the podcast. This is going to be a really good one. We're going to be talking about, season evaluation or preseason evaluation of your team. I think it's a really good topic to talk about. So let's head off to the podcast. Welcome, High School Hoops, episode 51. September's around. Hopefully the leaves aren't changing. So we're going to talk about preseason self-evaluation. So this one was mine. So I'm going to run with this for a second.
But you mean, Coach, just a side note, you're not talking like coach self-evaluation of your team, correct?
I'm talking about my evaluation, right? Are we talking about my evaluation? Are we talking about your
team?
Of my team. Yes, of my team.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, self-evaluation of.
Yeah. So, again, we're not editing. We leave it.
Yep.
We don't care.
We're good.
So why did I come up with this? Well, because I always drive out east and I spend, 2 days in the car out, 2 days in the car back with my AirPods sometimes in, because I don't know if it's legal, but and I'm evaluating the summer. I'm evaluating what I have coming back. I'm evaluating our strengths and weaknesses. And I always do this postseason, which is a little bit more raw at that point. But now I've seen the boys play for 5-6 months. So it's a little bit easier to go back and go, okay, we're good at this. We're not good at this. And we were talking about this off the air. We played a couple tournaments at the end of the season, and I really saw some things that we did really well pressure-wise. I literally saw something in our offense. It's like, oh my God. I mean, I literally got my phone out and people probably thought I was texting during the game. I was writing myself notes because I didn't have a piece of paper. but I saw something with a specific shot not having a rebounder and a rotation that I didn't like, and it's like, oh my God, I got to deal with that. So those are the kind of self-evaluations I think you have to do with your team. Where you could probably figure out where your tough games are going to come. If you look at your schedule right now, I know where my brutal part of my schedule is. So what can we do about this brutal part? How are we gonna win these specific games? So I think part of it, you really have to spend some time and I use Post-its. So I usually spread them out on my desk at school, and I just start writing. And I give myself 15 minutes. I set a timer on Alexa, and I say 15-minute timer, and I just start writing everything that I can think about. And that really does help a lot. And I do it in the car, but the car is more, all these thoughts are kind of floating around my head. But then when I get back, it's like I try to just spread them out, and then I'll put them in categories. Here's an offensive category. Here's a team building here's a team issue category. Here's a defensive category. Here's a scouting prep category, because I'm just writing as fast as I can everything that I think we did well, that we didn't do well, post-season, to where I'm sitting there in the middle of August. What about you, Coach? What do you do?
Well, I think for anybody that's listened to us before, I would go back to listening to the podcast about what wins games early.
Yeah.
And maybe you can start thinking about some of the ways you can evaluate and utilize that to your advantage when the season comes early. I wrote down defense comes along farther. So thinking about how you are defensively by the end of the season in the summer, I'm looking at that. Okay, what are some of our flaws? What are some of our strengths? I think defense is a big forefront of the way you look and evaluate your team at the beginning of the season, because offense comes naturally as it progresses throughout the season. And I think that's huge defensive wise. I look at defense, and then just basically I start looking at depth. I think depth plays in a huge part of the decisions that you make.
That's a good idea. I
would
add that as a category, like bench depth, personnel, position kind of thing. I think that's a great idea.
I think we've done like 2 or 3 sessions on this idea of clutter. What are some of the things that are going to get in the way of this team this year? Is it a good group? Do they get along well? Can I really push them? How am I going to handle? How am I going to be with these guys this year? These girls,
Yep, that might be a good subcategory for coaches too. Is like personalities. Try to put them in personality categories, because can yell at, can't yell at. Like, so something happened this tournament, and I'm relatively calm in the summer, but something bad happened, and I grabbed my hat and slammed it down. And to the person I did it to, he didn't know how to react to that. I lost him for about 1.5 minutes there. So it was good. It was a great teaching moment. I was able to go talk to him. So now I know, maybe that I can't do that with him. Maybe I got to react to him in a different way. So I think that personality category could be something you look at too. Like, here's the kids I can get on. Here's the kids I can't get on. Here's the kids that need to be picked up. So that might be a self-evaluation of the team thing too.
I think when we were talking before, I don't even know if we were recording, but when we first got on today, recording these different podcasts, is that your group and evaluating your group, that sense of hunger. Is this group hungry? Getting understand, what do they really want this season?
Right.
Is their hunger as great as mine? How far can I stretch them?
Hey, everybody, I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Make sure you subscribe and like. Make sure you go over and check us out on Teach Hoops on YouTube. That's really important. You can also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to become a better basketball coach, everyone needs a mentor. I've had several of them. I want to be your mentor and help you become a better coach, help you with all those obstacles that kind of stand in your way. And also make sure if you really want to help us out, you can go down below and click on our Amazon link.
You talk about the dog all the time. How much dog do they really have in them?
Right.
And to be honest with you, you either have or you don't have it. You can spend all day trying to instill in them, but at some point, either the group has it or not.
Right.
And
that's what makes me. If you're watching right now, that's what's making me smile, because literally I got a team with some dog. Like,
but you know what? That's why you've done it for 30 years, is when you have the teams with the dogs, man, because they want to bite as hard as you want to bite. So,
I've had to break up scuffles in open gyms. It's like,
nothing wrong with that.
Whoa, we're back. Whoa, I like this.
Heck yeah, dude.
A little dog, baby, a little dog.
That's And I just think those are things that we have to evaluate. It goes beyond X's and O's, I think, because the X's and O's are going to change throughout the course of the year, especially offense, I think. But if you can really look at defense and kind of those other things, I think you can really build on your early practices and what you want to do with your team.
I think
Because
that's
you're going to make adjustments as you move forward.
Yeah. And offense I always talk is like a roller coaster. It kind of starts slow and then it peaks. And then usually in late January, February, it takes a dip. And then come tournament time, it starts going back up.
Yep, and find ways to get shots up, because we constantly talk about every week the importance of shooting. Because if you got shooters, man, I don't care what offense you run, you're going to be successful a lot of the time.
Get shots up.
That opens up driving lanes, and you get to the free throw line, which wins games early. I mean, that's just
all
find ways. Yeah, where can you find time to get shots up in practice too, and evaluate, are we getting enough shots up?
Yep. Okay, so what's the question?
What is one thing that you're excited for this upcoming season? What's one thing that you're excited for?
Ooh, that's a great question. Me personally, as a father and a coach, I'm excited to coach my son for the last time. I've got sentimental because it was the last summer tournament this couple weekends ago. It's like I got a little choked up. It's like, I mean, when he's a little guy, barely walking, we're going Little League. I go, Drew, do you remember those Little League tournaments? He goes, yeah, those were really long. So it's like, so that's what I'm going to try to take a lot of visual pictures and really kind of seep in this season.
You have to.
That will be a really special one for me, both from volleyball and basketball. And so that will be good. Probably one of the reasons I'm still coaching is because he loved the game and, he's been around it and he's in the pictures on some of in the wall and goes ball boy. And so that stuff will be that, I'm kind of reliving, going through that second wave. So I think from this season, I think that will be the one time when it's like, whoa, this is going to be, it will be a special one. It will be one that him and I remember for a really long time.
It's funny. It's because for mine is my son is 18 months and he says one of his first words is basketball, and
right.
I think kids pick that up just based on what you love. And I took him to a summer league game this summer just to watch our guys, and it was just a summer league game. He was just mesmerized by it. So I think I'm just looking for that joy factor of being able to bring my kids to the games and watch the games and be part of it a little bit more. It'll be a little bit easier on my wife.
They're running around. All that stuff is fun. It's so much fun.
It is. But he wants to run around the court. That makes it really difficult. But it's funny, and everybody thinks that's just. But it's great memory. So I like that because I think my wife can be more of a part of it this year.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. And the kids can be a part of it a little bit.
I've got my son's
mosquitoes as I talk. I'm sorry. I'm outside doing the podcast today.
So my son's name is Drew, and one of my assistant coaches' name is Drew. So Drew was probably 4 or 5 in at one of my games. And I stood up and I was doing something and he started running onto the court during the middle of a varsity game. And this was like, so it would have been 5 or 6. It would have been 2007, 2008. So we were at big crowds at that point.
Yeah.
And one of my assistants had literally grabbed, we joke about it because he's still coaching him. He grabbed him and, because he just wanted to run the court. He wanted to see his dad. He wanted to it's like, so those points will be, you won't miss the Saturday morning have to be in Kaukauna at 6 a.m. kind of things. You won't miss that.
No.
I don't miss that. But I do miss, or playing a game at 9 a.m. and then not playing your next game until 5 p.m.
Oh, you're talking, you're talking, tournaments with your club teams. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that I don't miss.
Running a tournament from like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at night kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like being run over with a Mack truck. So
I don't know. I just think every season is exciting because it's something new. And I just start to get the itch, but it starts to get more fun because my kids are starting to get into it. My dog.
Yeah. They can be around. So I mean, my son can shoot free throws because he shot a ton of them. Because it's like we're running practice. The only thing he could do is go to a side basket and shoot free throws. It's like, okay, he didn't have anybody to play with. It's like we were running practice. Like go over there and just shoot. But all right, we'll talk next week, Coach.
Sounds good.
Hey everybody, I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Make sure you subscribe and like. Make sure you go over and check us out on Teach Hoops. On YouTube. That's really important. You can also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to become a better basketball coach, everyone needs a mentor. I've had several of them. I want to be your mentor and help you become a better coach, help you with all those obstacles that kind of stand in your way. And also make sure if you really want to help us out, you can go down below and click on our Amazon link.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.